Hey, I'm Anna Kendrick, and you're watching The Slate.
Welcome back to another season of The Slate. I'm your host, Brooke Burgstahler, here to throw a bunch of opinionated bullshit your way. The most uninteresting man on the planet, Kevin Costner, has dropped out of Tarantino's newest film, to Django Unchained. Guess Quentin thought Costner's feet weren't hot enough, because they're webbed. Disney has announced that it will start construction on Avatar Land. Woohoo! Word is that it will be in 3D, although we know that that's unobtainium. A bull. At the turnstile to enter Avatar Land, there'll be a can with a hole in the top, collecting money for James Cameron's Penis Enlargement Fund. Looks like after Be Asleep, Vanessa Hudgens' career wasn't driven into the ground. While I'm still mourning her existence altogether, she seems to have caught the eye of someone, because she's going to be in the frozen ground. The true story of Robert Hansen, who was your everyday man turned serial killer up there in the country of Alaska. John Cusack will play the psychopathic murderer Hansen, a member of the hit 90s band Hanson, who goes crazy after finding Nicolas Cage's frozen Civil War body in a glacier. He will rise from his frozen tomb to pop some Civil War caps into 50 Cent's bulletproof ass. Live free or die trying, bitches. Ni hao ma, somebody get this girl around to sake bombs. I'm feeling the celebration coming on. Jackie Chan, that Asian guy, is about to tackle his biggest role to date. In 1911, Jackie Chan will portray Huang Zheng, the first commander-in-chief of the Army of the Republic of China, leading a force to kill Brett Ratner before he tries to make another Rush Hour. It's being billed as Jackie Chan's 100th film, and his fourth good one. Wanted 2 is set to be made, and since the first movie was about a secret fraternity, the second will be about a secret sorority. Because honestly, it's a lady's place to work a magic sewing machine. I wonder whether Morgan Freeman ever looked into that loom and saw himself Woody Allening his step-granddaughter. You know, Morgan, dolphins are the only other animal to have sex for pleasure. Just throwing it out there. Just saying. And in case you hadn't heard, Universal is currently developing a new version of Scarface. We had the 1932 Howard Hughes classic, then the 1983 spinoff by our boy Brian De Palma. This time around, according to reports, the new movie is going to be about a prequel where a young Tony Montana gets bitten by a radioactive mobster and gains the ability to cut cocaine and call inanimate objects his friends. But back to something that we care about. The remake has actor Robert Loggia, who played drug lord Frank Lopez in the 1983 classic, all pissed off. He was quoted saying, "Scarface is a classic that should rest in peace. Enough said." Oh, Bobby, didn't you hear? You were in the f***ing remake, you Guido f***. Bing, 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 that's our secret word of the day. Ah! Woo! Well, that's about as much as I can stand of my own voice, but do stick around for Critics Corner. Oh, please do.
We're here for Critics Corner in the Cosgrave Cinema. I'm Megan Rico, and this is
Lauren Cohen.
And we're going to review Moneyball.
There are rich teams, and there are poor teams. Then there's 50 feet of crap. And then there's us.
I really loved Moneyball.
Yeah, I really liked it too.
I don't know, I don't like baseball. I don't like statistics, but I don't know, I was skeptical about it, but I heard so many good things, I decided to see it, and it is really, really good. The screenplay is written by Aaron Sorkin, who did The Social Network, and he just has a knack for making things that aren't interesting to most people really interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know what a lot of things they were talking about most of the time, because I know nothing about baseball and nothing about statistics, but I was still really interested. It didn't bother me at all. I was just like, oh, they're talking about something I don't know about, but I like it.
I asked you to do 3.
Yeah.
To evaluate 3 players.
Yeah.
How many did you do?
47.
Brad Pitt's in it, and he is so good in it.
So good, so good.
He's so good. I don't know, I love Brad Pitt, but this was the most I don't know, it was the best performance I've seen of him in a long time. I know everyone's crazy about Benjamin Button, but this was probably my favorite of him, and it's so funny. That's what I think a lot of people don't realize from the trailer, because I didn't get that impression from the trailer, how funny it was. It has Jonah Hill in it also, and it was really everyone in the theater was laughing.
For real? I think it was like funny per se. I just thought there were definitely parts that were like super dramatic where he uses like complete and total silence and like really impressive shots of like baseball, and you hear like nothing. The whole theater is just silent, like on the edge of their seat. I didn't get as much humor though.
Yeah, I think they had more like the one-liners.
Fear. A baseball being hit in my general direction?
That's funny. Seriously, what is it?
No, seriously, that is.
It didn't end where you would assume it was going to end, and it ended up going like an extra 20 minutes past.
But at the same time, I kind of like that because it's a classic underdog story, but they don't put so much emphasis on like, this is a horrible team, then they get really good, and then
we're
whatever.
champions.
Right,
like,
it was, I don't know, I feel like since they didn't end it where you would expect it to be ended, they kind of shifted the focus a little bit and made it more about a person.
Theory, just not working out.
How long is Billy Beane gonna last?
He's proven himself right out of a job.
You don't expect a baseball field to look as good as it looked in that movie. They lit it so well, and there's one where one of the batters is just at bat, and like it's really dark and just dramatically lit, and it's just, I think it's, I was freaking out. I thought it was so pretty.
It made me want to watch baseball. It really actually got me into that baseball mode, and I don't watch baseball ever.
Baseball.
Like I know nothing about baseball, but I was kind of like, why don't I watch baseball?
So yeah, I definitely recommend this movie to anyone, even if you don't like baseball or math or anything of the sort. It's a really good watch, and you should definitely see it. So yeah, back to the Slate.
Just plain crazy.
If we win with this team, we'll change the game.
Ricardo, you know I really don't like you that much, but I'm forced to toss this to you, so let's hear what you have to say.
Made a grave mistake.
Michael Bay is to cinema what Casey Anthony is to parenting. Now, as a fan of the Transformers franchise, this was a personal insult to me. It's like finding out your girlfriend cheated on you with an Asian guy. You don't know whether to question how this travesty came to be or just laugh at his tiny penis. How do you screw up Transformers this bad? Well, I'm pretty sure we all watched this movie simply out of obligation. I know I did. And the thought that it couldn't possibly be any worse than the second one. But we were wrong. We were all wrong. There is absolutely nothing good about this movie. I'm sure people will tell you, hey, the special effects were great, but ask yourself this. What theatrical release in the last 10 years hasn't had great special effects? The plot is nothing but a convoluted mess of backstabbing, conspiracies, and characters that do nothing but die. I hate you, Michael Bay. How dare you kill off Ironhide, a major Transformer that was there since the beginning, and you have absolutely no recognition from any other character, nor does it affect the plot in any way. The story continues as if absolutely nothing happens. That's sloppy storytelling. I also love the pointless characters, especially Assy McSlutlips and the annoying parents. Or how about that John Malkovich guy who disappears halfway through the film? Oh, you know what was hilarious though? That one scene in the bathroom with Kian Jong, or the scene right after where he's thrown out of a window and brutally murdered. Do you know what pacing is? Do you know what tone is? Michael Bay should go to prison for raping my childhood. It's like this film tries so hard to build to an epic conclusion, but it just comes off as forced and laughable. You tried way too hard, Michael Bay, and you failed even harder. Ha. And what about the final scene? You know, the one where Optimus shoots Sentinel Prime right in the face and then just mercilessly rips Megatron's head off after he saved his life. Why not you just have him kill a few children while you're at it, huh? You turn the iconic and honorable Optimus Prime into a d***. F*** you, Michael Bay! How dare you make me hate Optimus Prime, you stupid son of a bitch! God, why don't you just destroy my entire childhood while you're at it, huh? Why don't you just make a new Ninja Turtles movie and just have them all gangbang April O'Neil like right in the back of a Pizza Hut, huh? Just throwing pizza all over and just smacking her all over the
The soon-to-be-released film 50-50, starring Anna Kendrick, Seth Rogen, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, had me laughing and crying and drying snot on my sleeve. We at The Slate were gifted a few moments of Anna Kendrick's time in our sit-down interview with the star. Anna and I quickly became BFF, and I'm super excited for you all to see just how awesome she is. Hi, Anna. Check it out. So, hi.
Hi, how are you?
How's it going?
So good.
So, all right, you started off on stage at a very young age, and I would say successfully you've transitioned into film. As a performer, do you prefer one over the other?
It's so hard, you know, like every time I go to see a show on stage, you know, I get so jealous. I get like green with envy. But I do love making movies. I love making movies like this, you know, really small sets, everybody's there, you know, because they love the script. It's certainly not like we're living in the lap of luxury making a movie like this, but we're all just so excited to get up and go to work in the morning.
It's worth it.
Exactly.
So you've been nominated for a slew of awards at quite a young age. And I really am rooting for you to reach EGOT status. How do you feel about that? Is that a dream that you have as well? And if not, how can I encourage you? Because really,
to EGOT?
Yeah, you could EGOT this. That's awesome, right?
That's amazing. Yeah, no, I don't even know what to say to that. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's the only reason I got into it in the first place, just to get a necklace like Tracy Jordan.
Exactly, yeah.
So that I can.
I figured that's usually, I heard that's what Kate Winslet is also inspiring for.
Exactly.
The necklace is very popular. It's nice. All right. So, of course, you were nominated for an Oscar. Pretty exciting stuff. But you also were the answer to New York Times crossword puzzle. What was a bigger honor?
That was huge because I know that my dad does the New York Times crossword puzzle.
Is that how you found
so
out?
I was like all I mean, no, somebody somebody told me they had like an advanced copy or something. So I knew, but I was so excited. I felt like somehow I felt like it made me smarter to be in the New York Times crossword puzzle, or maybe it just fooled people to thinking that I'm smarter than I am. But that was pretty amazing.
So Jason Reitman wrote the role of Natalie for you in Up in the Air. Did you find a difference in acting for a role that was written for you versus one that you auditioned for?
Well, it's funny. I mean, my mom saw this movie and she felt like this, she saw more of me in this role. So, it didn't feel like I was playing, any closer to myself in either to me. But, this was really fun because I was really allowed to make it my own. It was, because I'm one of the fictional characters, some of the characters are real and I'm fictional, so I got to really make my own character, and the director was like really collaborative, and that part of it was really fun. As far as the acting part, I don't know. I mean, you're always just playing make believe. So but this was a totally different experience and really collaborative, which was great.
Cool. So it's obviously very heavy subject matter. And you're saying you're a fictional character, but it's based off a true story.
Right.
What were the challenges with being the comedic piece to this deep subject?
I mean, everybody's, a comedic piece in their own way. It's the kind of thing where when you just sort of say it as one sentence, it sounds like, oh, a comedy about cancer. But the script and the movie, I hope, are just honest and obviously it's just based on one person's experience. So he's just sort of presenting the things that happen to him honestly, and he was on set all the time. He was always writing, always helping, which was really great. And we didn't think of him as like the real life Aaron Brockovich or something. It was like he was just our friend. He was our writer. It was great.
Okay, and then my last set of questions for you right now. Really quickly, I want to know some of your favorites. All right, ready? Favorite color?
Purple.
Favorite place you've ever been?
Tokyo.
Place you'd like to go?
Greece.
Your favorite food?
Macaroni and cheese.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Favorite cheese?
Yeah,
it's a pretty broad.
Brie, I guess.
Really?
I mean,
You're Brie now?
With
a little bit of jam, maybe on some...
Yeah, like fig jam.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, drink of choice?
Kombucha. Yeah,
really?
I know it's pretty crunchy.
Great for the
I know,
tract.
I know, but it makes me feel like, oh, I'm really living the dream. I'm like, I'm taking care of myself. It's all mental.
BMing like a rock star.
Oh my God,
that's what it does for you. It's exceptional stuff.
Wow.
All right, favorite hair color?
Red.
On a boy?
Yeah. Brown.
Boxers or briefs?
Oh my God.
For yourself. Not
for myself.
Where's your mind going?
For myself, boxers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
I need the freedom.
Thank you so much. Well, thanks for stopping by, y'all. Go check out 50/50 and Moneyball. Stop by the UMTV website at umtv.miami.edu. Follow us on Twitter, poke us on Facebook. Oh, and if you're good looking, call me. That's all, folks.
Someone just told me that this is not humid. And I was
Which is really comforting, right?
I don't know how you guys manage.
For all of us Miamians, it's really fun because if you walk anywhere for about 5 minutes, you will have really broken a sweat.